What's going on, guys? Jake from JO Gaming. We're here to talk about Hytale. So we're actually here talking about Hytale. If you haven't heard, Hytale got bought out from Riot Games and is in the works again by the people who run the Hypixel server on Minecraft. People are calling this game the Minecraft killer. I'm kind of interested to see. They've got 10 years of funding, is what they stated so far, and it is currently November 25th and they of 2025, and they have possibility, we don't have the date yet, but we're going to see. We have the possibility of release by end of next week, before December. Going pretty much going into that. Yeah, that hopefully is fun. If not, end of this week. Today's 25th. Yeah, end of this week maybe, possibly. We'll see. End of this week into next week is what we're seeing, but they haven't released it, so don't get your hopes up yet. They did, however, release one thing, and I'm going to just drag it over for a second. That's going to be a side note, and that is they released the pricing. So pricing so far, you have your standard supporter and curse breaker. So you got your founders pack. They did not state what it what each one does. However, their lowest price is looking at $20. Now, they did state in their blog that they planned on trying to keep this as low as possible because because this game is going to be in a very big beta state for probably the next couple years. And they have no rush to push it out to become uh to pretty much go to 1.0 is what I can say. It's going to be in early access for a little bit, which is the reason why they push it to be so low in price. Now, given I don't know what's in the other two packs, it could be a couple things that, like some cosmetics and stuff like that, but we will see with that getting a drink. But this is what I'm excited for because I'm looking for something new. I love Minecraft, but I've been playing it for so many years that it just drains me. Um, just to find stuff new. Hence why I always play modded. I mean, I basic Minecraft, it's cool, but I get drained. Now, given me and my wife are currently playing Minecraft series, I'll be uploading that series right shortly, probably after this. Just kind of getting on, but we are thinking about jumping over to Hytale. So let's go into Hytale. So Hytale is, as you've seen in the video, pretty much like Minecraft with its own graphical features and stuff like that. It's going to have a creative mode, a survival mode. It's going to have a full modding systems to allow people to do mods and more, um, and stuff like that, and everything else. We're going to kind of ignore those, but you have different blog posts. And I plan on going through blog posts from now on, but if you want to hit up some of the older ones, these are from earlier prior to it being shut down and then repicked back up. Um, I think, yeah, somewhere in between here was a big one. But yeah, it was bought out by the people who uh, created Hypixel server on Minecraft, so they made decent money. They're working on modding and then creative mode. So we might take a look at that here in a second. I'm trying not to make super long videos, but at the same time, this might be the longer video. And then as I find out news and as I do stuff, I might, depending on how this game releases, I might make it my own. But there's going to be all kinds of stuff. Like, holy crap. You're going to have community servers as well to do that. Like, if you looked, it almost looked like Island Wars, or you sometimes they're named something else. Uh, but yeah, it should be tons of fun. So let's go in. We are in the blog, so let's go over to media. Media, we already take a look at the trailer. Trailer looked actually freaking awesome. Obviously, don't expect it to be a perfect game. If you expect it to be a perfect game, you're in the wrong because they literally stated it's not complete. They that they the creator said it's not good yet, but they plan on making it good within the within updates and then make it great. Pretty much everything that Minecraft has or could have had is what these guys are putting into this game with a whole different setup. All right, so I kind of want to just kind of go through the screenshots. You can get some cool wallpapers and stuff like that, which is awesome. But and that. So you got some mobile wallpapers. But I kind of want to go through some of this to kind of show it off. They do have some videos of like the time lapse on when they created them, but I don't know. These ones I actually haven't seen, so we'd have to look at that. So I think these are just like other stuff. We might take a look at like one or two of them to see, but I kind of want to go through screenshots, just kind of see. So as you see, building wise, so there's going to be ruins all over the world map. That's something that Minecraft kind of just threw in, but in reality, you never really had any ruins actually. You had dungeons here and there, then you dungeons underground and stuff like that. But they just kind of added in trail ruins on within the last like honestly like year or two. Um, and then I guess underwater ruins, but no like above ground ruins like this, like structures. But secondly, going into the building, you have automatically vertical slabs that I could see, so that's cool. They have some type of they have like foliage and stuff like that. Different tree setup, so thicker trees. It's not like the one by trees. And we did see in the video that if you chop down a tree, it will chop the whole tree. Now, given is I don't know what pertain to big ones or smaller ones. We will have to see when the time comes, or if we find a video. But it does have different type of blocks and stuff like that, and it is still that square style building similar to Minecraft. So that is super cool. However, it does have so many different tables and decorations compared. Like this, I believe is a cooking table. At least that's what I'm going with because of it looking like that. Like the way they have the art style is so much better, in my opinion. I like the designs that they did, and you actually have chairs and stuff like that. Just kind of cool. You have different things like look at the builds. Like you have all kinds of different block style builds. You have different back walls. It's like that. Uh, trebuchets, it looks like, or lifts, depending. So you can build those. I don't know if they built them by hand or if it's an actual full item. But like, look at massive, which means you can build tall items like stuff, like tall, large structures in a way. And obviously there's brick, meaning we can mine some stone and stuff like that. Like you have the stone down here, different tiles, probably cobblestone similar to that and that, so it's cool. Character wise, it looks like you can get some backpacks with different functions, kind of makes it kind of cool. I like the fact that you can customize your character fully. That's one thing that they did show off a little bit in the trailer. This is big, and I'll show you this. There's all kinds of new mobs and stuff like that. You have also different type of abilities you can get if you're doing spells. It looks like then you have potions. Potions stack possibly. Looks like some sand, possibly a couple other things down here. We're kind of looking at the bottom right. Like you have map and then E for inventory maybe, and then a couple other things. But this, and it might maybe a tutorial possibly. I don't know. But this right here, the combat system is totally revamped. It's not your basic just keep clicking to hit or time your attack hit and then hit a second, like a couple seconds later to keep do a multiple damage like Minecraft is. It's not your basic shoot and arrow. They really went in depth with the combat system, so there's dodges, there's different hits you can do and stuff like that. If I find the videos, I will show that off as well. They have the different biomes just like that. They have different light. They have lighting effects. Also just point out if you look way out here, they actually have a larger render distance than basic Minecraft normally does, unless you have a vamped up system. Which so they have a better rendering system as well. But like they have the lighting, all different lightings, different biomes, and stuff like that. So that is also super cool. Farming is a key one. They have all kinds of crops. Um, I know they have corns and I believe wheat, tomatoes, and a few other things. And then watering can and stuff like that. So you actually have to water all your crops. Scarecrow, it looks like in the background. So they have tons if you're a farmer style. So that's super cool. Going into again the building, you have again, it looks like they have your sand ruins here, is what they're stating, but just for the fact of they have now sand blocks and stuff like that. So just kind of showing off. And it looks like we have a little bit of stone, so maybe you can get some stone without actually having to have a tool or something. Or maybe that's how you have to craft your basic tools compared to just getting wood tools. Maybe, maybe not. There's not much on that. Again, mobs, totally different mobs, but and awesome different types of armor that might be like a hide style armor or leather armor in a way there, but you can have bone. It looks like there's bodies. There's a whole cave system, so you can find different stuff in caves. Looks like a spider layer in a cave, possibly different plants, stuff like that. So that is freaking awesome. Also you have your goblins, which I guess do have certain different tiers, but you can also find dungeons in caves as well, which will house goblins, and you can find fortresses like that. They have 144 pictures. We're not going to go through all of them. We'll probably go through like good, like 20 here, just kind of get the concept. But they have a whole underwater system, different fish and stuff like that. You find underwater buried treasure, underwater things, different animals. You got camels. It looks like they did kind of like a side view here, but it looks like possibly you can. I don't know if you can find villages or that's just uh player built, but it's a possibility if there's villages. Um, Mining, just like Minecraft, you have the mining and stuff like that. There's that. Like, just look different landscapes. Looks like almost like a mesa biome, but like that actually just looks cool. Will be by bison, and then yeah, see the combat systems. They have axes, bows, pickaxe, and different other things that you can craft. So they have all kinds of things. Oh, they call them chorks, like orcs, but chorks, which means they might actually have above camps that we could actually hit up. So that's kind of cool. Whole library system. I don't know exactly how that works, but it might work with the spells. Dinosaurs. Now, given this could be part of the mods, it could be part of actual game. I did see it under the mod concept though, so it's possibility that these are mods. But this also they do have different biomes. That way, they also have again a whole underground cave system type biomes. And then like just look at that. It's all pre-generated like Minecraft, so it's all randomly generated, not just one world. Now, probably there is a tutorial world, but like you possibly have like deep ocean, so you have all that. So just kind of doing a quick look here. But yeah, no, like different types of goblins. Oh, that's cool. Can get possibly fertilizer and stuff like that. You got cows. There's just so much to this. So I could go on and on, but we're gonna skip on down past that. Go over to the concept art. They do have some concept art that I kind of want to look at, and then we might check out some of the videos. Game wise, this is the game. So if we're actually gonna skip over to the game really quick before we continue on. For adventurers, the one who like to travel, there is towering ruins, forgotten caves, strange landmarks. Small glimmer of history behind the places, hidden dens, just a challenge to turn a simple story and stuff like that. Um, Settler, adventure, craftsperson, pretty much you can do all kinds of things, just like Minecraft. You will have some boss fights, stuff like that. So like dragons, huge like snow guys, stuff like that. You can also put building and anything like that, and then obviously different biomes as well as possibly more. If you want to join the community, again, Discord, go ahead to your website. You join the Discord, get some updates as well. But we're going to go to the final things probably for this episode, guys. I know it's a little bit longer of this episode, but I'm just kind of showing off what it is and what they plan to do. And I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping they release soon. Could that be awesome? All right, so these are some of their concept art. So this one being the Emerald Grove dungeon boss, so possibly a boss spider they'll be fighting into a dungeon which would be underground. So that kind of actually really cool. Be definitely did big size difference and such, possibly with little baby spiders coming at you. So then we got Queex. Pretty much I don't know. It could be. almost like little dobbies type thing. Going in, you have a portal. So the portal could be for something. It could be for going between dimensions, stuff like that, similar to another portal. So that'd be kind of cool. But you might either have to find it in ruins, or you might be able to build it yourself. So there's that. Going into dungeon entrances. So there's all kinds of dungeon entrances that you can find, and each one could have a portal to it. Could have just entrance. So that's kind of cool. Going in Temple of the Gaia Dungeon. So yeah, this is like almost in space practically, unless they just did that as a concept. But yeah, so definitely some more dungeons. Guard of Elements could be a new, different type of ore, like element ore, or just more just concepts with a corrupted golem. This is what I was talking about with the orcs, or what they call them, swarks. You have hunters, sentries, warriors, chieftains, shaman. Obviously, I believe we see, well, no, there's skeletons, but they have wolf pets, so that makes it a concept. This right here is kind of cool. So you have your different, you could have your lava layer, which is your lowest layer, different cave systems going through, different biomes going through. So the lava zone, grass, tree, snow zone, going into a lush zone, maybe a forest zone, mountain zone, desert zones, all kinds of zones here you can see. But there's also, again, lava caves, lush caves in a way. Yeah, I'm using a lot of Minecraft terms. Water caves, dungeons, like good emeralds. So there's all kinds of stuff. So this is like pretty much what you're gonna see as a world, which is cool. And then this, Ultiverses. So this would be like your main world, and you can probably go to a portal, and that's where you jump through these. Obviously, these to come, maybe, and maybe this to be a start. But yeah, this kind of just concept. You have your different containers, stuff like that, restoring. Um, jetpacks, shields, weapons, quivers, parachute, faction items. These are all back gear ideas. Now, not given they're ideas doesn't mean they're gonna stay, but you never know. Um, this challenge dungeon entrance, so different challenges that you can find throughout the world. That'd be kind of cool. Probably leading to boss fights. Uh, then you got more Farons, which are the little fox things. So that just kind of like there's so much. Um, I can I can research. So lightning, water, fire, wind, earth, Farron's, Sand Empress, Gaia, evil, the evil contain, Chork ruins, Fawn, Slothyn. So there's all kinds of different stuff. I wonder if there's gonna be like a faction of people that you'll have. Obviously, you have the Farrons, which are the little guys. Um, and then you have some hidey holes that like they're just concepts. Awesome. You actually have some deep sea area, so deep ocean, which also leads to some possible boss fights down there. All kinds of different things. The Quebecs, stuff like that. They're just so much, and it's a lot of its concept art. Whoa, what's that? Tropical jungle creatures. Okay, so tropical jungle creature. This actually could be then in the jungle, like the dinosaurs. That'd be insane. And then your different weapons research. So you could have different weapons. So yeah, there's just so much to this. And I could go on and on and on for a lot of it. But yeah. And then I'm just curious, what is this? I'm gonna click it. Sorry. Oh, it just kind of showing you. Sorry, it's so loud. It's kind of showing off like the day to night cycle. That's what it is. And then that's kind of what these are. So kind of going through there. So you have your different videos on that. But yeah, no guys, this is Hytale. I plan on doing more once I find out more. we'll actually just hop into the final thing here, just kind of check out what they did for the blog post, which was released today. So we have Hytale Creative Mode. Um, I decided to show more of the creative side of Hytale by swimming in the creative mode world. You can fly around, explore, create, edit, make things explode, and more. Immersive experience feels like Hytale while supporting all players' careers need. Explain visually, so here it is. So yeah, you have all kinds of crafting. Now that you've seen the magic tools, let's dive deeper. So there is possibly all kinds of tools. It's 27 minutes, so I'm not going to go into that. If you guys want to look, maybe in a future video we'll kind of just skim through it, type deal later on. But or in future blogs, but I think we all know what creative mode is, just being able to do that. Now, given they'll probably show off like the tools and stuff, which we can kind of see, like destroy blocks, place blocks, select targeted material, and then all that, and then you can change the shapes, change width of shape, height of shape, and then redo last action gain. So you can change heights. You also have scripted brushes, which it looks like these are simple asset defining brushes that any modder can use. Pretty much, you drag them into the thing, and you can set them up to exactly how you want them. So that's kind of cool. So you can see over 100 models, so you can spawn a create mode or remix how you want. In this case, I wanted to become a query model because dogs are the best. Yeah, so you can pretty much create yourself as a model. You can create NPCs, all things. There's so much. There's paste tool, flying mode, shape, like these are just all the different things that they use for creative. So it's kind of super cool. It looks like this is your creative help menu. Kind of gives you the list of commands and everything that you would need to do so for like command wise. Mabel Watch. Some of this. So this is just a quick show of like a couple people doing creative with this. Like they're just build styles and like you could edit the full things and just kind of cool. So like they're just doing quick through, kind of adding in the decorations, adding in their castle right next to it. You gotta admit that looks freaking cool. I don't know, I just like that. So yeah, so they're just so much more. Um, And then, like I said, they have modding and everything else coming in along as well. But I think I'm going to end off now. Don't forget the like button as well as subscribe, guys. I'm going to keep trying to bring you more content. Hytale, if I enjoy it enough, which right now I'm kind of actually hyped for it because it's just something cool, something different, but plays something that I already enjoy. Um, when it releases, this might become my main game. I will probably jump between this and Minecraft for a little bit until my wife gets into this, because my wife's actually interested as well, which is cool. But yeah, no, it's kind of cool, and I kind of want to just keep doing it and showing off stuff. So I might not do like every little nitty gritty thing, but for first a little bit, once I get info, we'll go ahead and get that release. But with that, guys, don't forget to like button as well as subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.